Welcome back, everyone. I am Mav, host and creator of By With Maverick. By With Maverick is an interview-style podcast where I talk with a fellow streamer or someone from the content creation industry. Episode 3 of Season 3 features a really good friend of mine, and that's PastorGainz. Pastor and I met about 7 months ago on TikTok, where I commented on one of his videos because I thoroughly enjoy his content. And the rest is history. This particular episode of By With Maverick is the longest interview to date, and for good reason. We had an amazing time and a great conversation. We covered a number of topics in this interview. We learned all about who Pastor is and all of the things that led him to where he is today. We also talked about our opinions and beliefs of content creation and how we can continue to grow. You guys, Pastor has amazing content. I'm going to have all of his links in the description of the video. So be sure to show him that love. He really deserves it. As always, please be sure to drop a comment in the video on how I can improve this series for you guys, as I'm always looking for ways to improve. Thanks for stopping by, guys, and I hope you enjoy Season 3, Episode 3 of By With Maverick. Happy Thursday, wingmen. Listen, I want to start this episode of By With Maverick off by reflecting on such an amazing year that we had. And I want to thank all of you for being a part of that. Look, tonight we have a really special guest. I met PastorGainz on TikTok, and that one interaction has turned into a great friendship. At any point tonight, guys, exclamation point GAINZ, and you can get all of the links for PastorGainz, and I want you to stop by and show him some love, all right? But without further ado, guys, let's get him in here. Let's see who PastorGainz is, and let's get talking about streaming, content creation, and everything surrounding the industry. It's going to be a great night. Here we go. PastorGainz, this is Bunny Mav requesting a flyby.
Hell yeah, dude. What's going on, man?
Not much, man. How are you?
I'm good. I'm hanging in there, just doing big things right now, bro.
Big things. Let's get started on big things. What do you have going on recently? What's going on in the world of PastorGainz?
Jeez. Well, we're winding down 2021 for sure. I mean, a crap ton of stuff happened between the beginning of the year and the end of the year with content creation, with all the stuff that we got done as a brand. Just a lot of good stuff, man. I mean, I could start from the beginning. I mean, my life has been kind of insane for the past year, really. I mean, I could start in January and just go.
I think insane is an understatement, man. It's been a pleasure watching you grow and go through everything that you have gone through, everything positive, even the negative of dying 82 times in a row on Dark Souls.
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. That was so... Okay, so let's talk about that. Recently, I just beat all 3 Dark Souls games, okay? I feel like the elite of elite gamer, because for so long I thought those games were like gate-kept by elite people who play video games. Dude, that was the hardest moment in my video game history that I can remember ever. So hard, dude.
I felt so bad. I felt so bad watching that, but I respect the grind, man. 100%.
Dude, what was great that you were there, because then you spammed hype throughout the entire chat and things just started moving like crazy.
I had to.
But man, that was hands down like the hardest gaming moment of my life. And there's something weird about Dark Souls where, like, when you play it and you beat a boss, you get this weird like surge of adrenaline and endorphins that you don't get with any other video game that I've played so far. So like, that's kind of what keeps me going back to it and stuff too. So, you know, it makes for good content as well.
I kind of get that surge of adrenaline when I fail to clutch in Warzone, because I don't have that clutch gene. But
the worst feeling ever. Yeah, I get it.
But listen, man, I have a very important question. I want to know, how do you feel about being interviewed by a grown man in a bunny suit?
Okay. I have only seen snippets and like glances at this bunny suit for the past, I don't know, it's been a month, right? You've been wearing it for a month?
The whole month of December.
Okay, and not once, not even one time did I stop myself to think, I wonder what he's doing in that bunny suit. Because there are people that do crazy stuff in content creation and you just don't question it anymore.
100%.
Like, people just do stuff and you're like, yeah, he's wearing a bunny suit. Why would he not? Why would he not?
It's streaming. It's content creation. That's what we do, right?
Yeah. So my question remains: what is with the bunny suit?
Okay, so the bunny suit. I started streaming in July of 2020. I can't believe it's been that long already. But
Jeez, wow. Okay.
yeah, the first December that I streamed, I wanted to do something special for my community, and I
Sure.
wanted to give back to everyone in an entertaining kind of way, add some kind of value, whether it be comical or otherwise. I still don't know if they're laughing at me or with me, but we'll find that out eventually, I guess. So I wanted to pay
Only time
homage
will
to my
tell.
yeah, right. I wanted to pay homage to my favorite Christmas movie, A Christmas Story. So
Okay,
that's how
fair.
it all started.
That's fair.
Ralphie,
Well, now,
you know,
favorite Christmas movie? Are we counting Die Hard in this, or is that not? Is that not a
that's a
Christmas movie?
that's a really important question. Do you
This is a
consider
question
it?
people want to know.
Yes, they want to know these answers. Do you consider Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Listen, I I don't want to say one way or the other because I don't want the crowd to riot, but I'm going to go with the neutral. I don't know because, truth be told, I've only seen Die Hard one time, and that was years ago. So like I don't remember much about it. But
Pete,
from
Ralphie,
what I
man.
understand, it takes place during Christmas. So you could argue that Spider-Man: No Way Home is a Christmas movie as well. Like I
Do you want to know the backstory of that? This is a very interesting fact for all my guests or my viewers here, our viewers here. Die Hard was originally supposed to come out in the summer following that Christmas.
Okay.
But during the time, it was a very big action movie boom, and the creators, I can't remember the original studios, wanted to get in on that action, and they gaslit it to December. That's the only reason it came out on Christmas.
Oh my gosh! Thus sparked the endless debate: is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Technically, no. I mean,
Yeah.
if you want to talk logic about it, technically Die Hard is not a Christmas movie.
Well, you heard it here first, guys. Die Hard is officially not a Christmas movie. That's 100% facts. You heard it right here on Fly By with Mav.
Oh geez, now people are gonna hate
They're
me.
coming for you, dude. They're coming for you.
Listen, man, I want to know who PastorGainz is.
Yeah.
I want to know if you're okay with disclosing the information. Some people don't, and that's totally fine. Full disclosure, full honesty is 100% accepted on this channel, as you know.
Yeah.
So if you want to leave real names out, I completely get it. But who is PastorGainz? Tell us the story of how PastorGainz came to be.
Yeah. It's real interesting. So my journey as PastorGainz started. It'll be 3 years ago in March. So
3 years.
Yeah, 3 years. And we'll get into everything for sure. But 3 years ago, I'd always been playing video games. Always loved video games. Always, been very drawn to video games. But 3 years ago, my life really started changing when I started having kids. Like I have a 4-year-old, I have a 2-year-old, and I have a 9-month-old. So like, video games became this thing that was no longer accessible unless I had a reason to do it. So it started off with a question. The PastorGainz, mantra, or whatever you want to call it, I don't know, there's a word for it, but the reason why I do everything that I do is it started off with a question. I wonder if I can. I wonder if I can stream. Because right around the time that...
That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah, yeah, dude, it was like, I was curious. It started with a curiosity. I was like, I wonder if I can do this. And, I had not grown up, but I had been watching right when my first kid was born, which was 4 years ago. When my wife was pregnant, we couldn't do a whole lot. So we would watch Tim the Tap Man. Hours and hours and hours, and just sit there and we watch and we would laugh and it would be great. And I thought to myself, I wonder if I can do that. Like, I wonder if I could entertain people, or I wonder if I could stream, or I wonder if I could, even a lot of people like think this is a taboo. I wonder if I could make money from this, because it's always been something that I love. So everything in the past 4 or 5 years has said, well, if you love something, why don't you do it as a side hustle? Or why don't you try to make a business? Or why don't you try to do this and that? And do what you love to make a little bit of money on the side.
Right.
So I was like, you know what? Okay, we'll figure this out. So I talked to my wife and I was like, look, I think I'm going to try this out. And at the time, Mixer was big. And that was where I got my start. I wrestled between Twitch and Mixer for a while. And I was like, you know what? Twitch is super oversaturated. I'm a nobody streamer. Or nobody content creator, really. I'd done 1 day of content creation, and then I was like, I'm just gonna start on Mixer, something small, maybe something I can get my friends involved in. Like maybe people will watch, maybe they won't. But the point was like I was gonna try. So I needed something to call myself
You
because I
know,
wasn't just.
it's kind of funny because you're actually like the 7th guest I've had on Flyby who
Yeah.
started on Mixer. So,
Yeah.
unintentionally, it's kind of becoming a trend where I'm meeting a lot of people who started their journeys on Mixer, and
Mm-hmm.
I really feel for all you guys when that went down. That must have been a shocker. But I apologize for interrupting. If you want to continue what you're saying,
You're
I just
totally fine.
I think it's cool. I think it's a really cool trend that I'm seeing with the podcast here. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, and it's, you know, and we'll get to the downfall of Mixer in a second, but I decided like I needed to go buy something. Like I needed to get a brand, and one of my buddies, his name is Loru. I don't know if you've ever seen him in my chat or you've seen him, on Twitter or whatever, but he goes by Loru Mirth is his brand, and he is the guy who I turned to when I asked the question, I wonder if I could do this, because he had already been streaming for 2 years. And Loru is kind of like my guru. He's the guy I go to when I have questions, when I have tech problems, when I have questions about streaming, when I can brainstorm. Like, he's the guy I go to. I feel like it's very important that every streamer has this stable of dudes or ladies who they go to and they can bounce ideas off of and build their content based on feedback they're getting or not getting or whatever.
100%.
So I asked him, I was like, I think I'm gonna do this. I think this is something that it could work. And he was like, go for it. He was like, go for it. I'll give you whatever you need. I'll let you know whatever. He's actually the guy who came over to my house and set up Streamlabs OBS for me and taught me how to do that. So all that being said, I had a few meetings with him, really kind of brainstormed, and I was like, before I even start pressing the go live button, I need to know what the heck I'm doing, because I have no idea. So I did something that if anybody's watching who's like a new streamer or thinking about getting into streaming, I want you to listen to this very carefully, because this was astronomical in my growth on Mixer and also in my growth as a human being, as a streamer. Is before I hit the go live button, I networked for 3 months. I didn't.
That's
I didn't
amazing.
stream once.
I gotta tell you, I did not approach streaming the same way at all, and I had a huge ass learning curve that I had to go through because I had no idea what I was doing, and you know what? I still don't. We're working through it. It's something we learn and to better ourselves every single day. But it sounds like you approached it very intelligently, and I got to give you props for that, man. That's really awesome to be able to recognize that going into it, and to see, look, I don't know what I'm doing, and if I'm going to do this and give it my all, I need to educate myself, or I'm just going to fall flat immediately. Exactly.
And it was so beneficial to me to not rush to start streaming and not rush to start doing whatever content creation was, but I literally started sitting in people's channels on Mixer that had about 15 to 35 to 45 viewers, and I would just sit there and I would listen and I would watch and I would message them and I would get on their socials and I would have conversations with them, say, hey, I really enjoyed what you did on stream this way. Could you maybe give me some tips? I'm going to think about starting streaming. Like, what should I do? And I actually went as far as to Instagram FaceTime one of the creators that I was talking to have a half-hour phone call about, hey man, I'm starting this thing, and any tips you can give me would be awesome. I really like your content. I like what you're doing. And his name was Garn Gaming. He goes by Garn. He doesn't stream anymore, but he was partnered on Mixer, got me amazing feedback, was really the first person to help me out when it came to content creation that wasn't Loru. And then when I finished networking after 3 months, and I say finished in like a relative term, but when I started going live, the networking never stopped. But when I started going live, my first stream, Garn rated me and got me to 100 followers in a night.
Holy cow.
It was because I put in the work. I put in the legwork to get started in a way that wasn't superficial, that wasn't follow for follow, that wasn't gimme. It was, hey, I genuinely appreciate you as a content creator and a human being, and like, let's talk about it. And then he recognized that and came and saw my content. I still have people in my community from that first raid, like people who followed me over to Twitch. Like one of my mods, Tempest Holder, came over in the Garn raid, and he's been riding with me for 2.5 years.
Love to see it, man. And that's a testament of your character and who you are too. So honestly, and for everyone listening, I mean, PastorGainz is one of the most genuinely nice people I've met. throughout all of this. And that little story is exactly what I'm talking about. For someone to stick around that long and still be here going through all of it with you, and that's phenomenal. So hats off to you, man. That's great.
Thanks, man. Thanks. And it's very interesting too, man, because I know that you hit on this a little bit earlier, but it's so weird to think that like whatever I'm doing is what we'll call working. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like I am, and I think this is so important, and not people just don't do it sometimes, is you just got to commit to the time that it's going to take for whatever this is to work. Like my story has just come about in a way where this is just what I do now. Like going back to, and if I'm scatterbrained all over the place, just correct me.
I'll
where
let you know.
But
you're good, man.
Going back to the original question of like who I am and like my past year and like what has happened, like, you know, over the last year, I got laid off of 2 jobs. Like I was a youth pastor for 10 years, and then, which is where the pastor in PastorGainz comes from. And I like the gym, so Gainz, PastorGainz, it just kind of goes hand in hand. So I was a youth pastor for 10 years. I left ministry because, you know, it was time to move on. It was time to move on, and went to government contracting. And from there I got laid off, and then a separate contract, got laid off again. And my wife and I were talking, and she was like, you know, maybe be a stay-at-home dad with the kids. You know, it would save us a ton of money. Like we're gonna figure it out as we go, but why not try this? So we thought about it and figured that was the best course of action. So like I've been a stay-at-home dad now for almost 3 months. And
how do you like
even
it,
though
first of all?
Say what?
How do you like it?
It is the hardest job I have ever had.
And people don't realize stay-at-home parents work sometimes, if not all the time, harder than parents who have a full-time job.
Sure, dude. And I can guarantee you, in the jobs that I have had, I am working harder as a stay-at-home parent than I did for a government contractor or a youth pastor. Like, it is just go, 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 go. But here's the thing too that's hard about it, is you learn more about yourself than your kids. Like, you learn what makes you upset, or you learn what triggers you, or you learn like that you have a lot more flaws than you thought, because when you're dealing with people that need you all day, every day, it just kind of wears on you. So you kind of get worn down a little bit. But I say all that to answer your question. I like it. I like it a lot, because, you know, when I was doing ministry and I was, you know, at the church all the time and I was doing all that kind of stuff, unintentionally, I neglected what was most important, which was my family. So now this is giving me a very unique opportunity to make a full circle and invest 24 hours a day, 7 days a week into my family.
That is fantastic. That's super awesome for you to realize too, because I'm kind of on the other end of the spectrum, where I'm working full time and trying to survive at content creation part time, and I have 3 daughters. Like, you and I have a lot in common as far as, like, you know, daughter. We've talked about it a lot, actually. The amount of kids, etc. But I'm working like 50, 60 hours a week usually.
Sure. So,
and I'm constantly thinking now, okay, I'm done working. I want to make that time for my family. I'm done missing things. I want to dedicate that time. So that's seriously. I'm not jealous. I can't think of the word I'm looking for. I'm happy for you that you get to have that time with your family now.
Sure.
Envious. Envious is a good word, right?
There it is. There it is. And it's not something either that, like, I feel a lot of, especially dads, get to experience. So like that's very, very special. But going back to like the year and everything that was going on, like after, it was just like transition after transition after transition, which was losing 2 jobs, becoming a stay-at-home dad. Then we moved out of the place for 33 years, which is why the stream room is different. Like, we're in an apartment right now. We moved from a townhouse into an apartment, and we're building a house, but it's going to take 9 months. So it's like all of this uncomfortable and transition and all this stuff. But content creation has become my job when I'm not with my kids. And that is where I was talking to Laura before I moved down here, because I was scared, man. I was so scared of leaving everything that I'd ever known and moving to a new place and, you know, starting over and, you know, just leaving what I'd known. And Laura was like, if it scares you, you got to do it. And what it has allowed me to do is allowed me to grow as a person. It's allowed me to concentrate fully on content creation. Like
100%.
to be able to sit here and stream 3 days a week, and then also do TikTok content, and then also, you know, learn how to do YouTube Shorts and Instagram Reels, and like
Learn
make
everything.
all of the, dude, yeah,
Every
make this tornado of
everything that
content.
didn't exist 3 years ago when you started this journey. I gotta interrupt you real quick. Boss Beatdown redeemed a bean boozle, so I have to eat this nasty ass jelly bean real quick. Here we
Good
go,
luck, dude.
boss.
I
This is
hate
for
those
you.
so much.
This is a good one. That's a good one. It's kind of fruity, so I'll be okay for now.
So it's not a garbage
No.
flavor.
Pete wants to ask our guest a question. What do you got for us, Pete?
Pete's one of my mods.
You know, the funny thing I want to touch base on about, you said content creation is a job.
Yeah.
I hate using that word, right?
Sure.
Because content creation, streaming, everything that goes along with it, we share the same passion for it.
Mm-hmm.
Is it really a job if we're passionate about it? Does it feel like a job? Because I think once something starts feeling like a job, it loses the it factor, or the fun factor, or the factor that makes us so passionate about it in the first place. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I think what I meant by that is because I do not have a normal 9 to 5, I view content creation as seriously as a job. And maybe I misspoke, but no, I think once you view it as a job, and I wouldn't even go as far to say work, because content creation is a ton of work. Streaming,
oh my
I
gosh,
feel
it is.
personally,
It's a grind, and that's a whole nother topic. People hate using that word grind, but it is 100% a grind.
Yeah, and here's where this is interesting, because let's talk about the grind for a second. Because when you start content creation, I think people misunderstand the time it is going to take to get you to where you want to go. Like, for example, my TikTok content, I was kind of putting it out once in a while, like it wasn't doing anything. And then I made the decision to put 2 videos out every single day for the rest of my life. And that is just how I've been able to grow, is the consistency.
Consistency is key.
Consistency plus time, for all those math lovers out there, consistency plus time equals results. So it's like, if you're putting in the time and you're being consistent, there's no way you're not going to succeed at whatever you're doing, even if you fail a ton along the way.
Well, failing is so important in this journey, in any journey in life, guys. For even you guys listening, failure is one of the best tools, no matter what you're applying it to, because that's how we learn. That's how we grow. That's how we become who we are tomorrow. You know what I mean? So failure is 100% a part of every journey, and it's so damn important.
Yeah. And speaking of journeys, Pete is asking, he says,
I saw that. I didn't want to interrupt you.
No, you're good. My biggest setback in the entire journey of streaming. God, where do you even begin? I mean, everything has been plagued with setbacks at some point. Like,
right.
I'll list a few of them right off the bat. So first one, when I started streaming, I couldn't get a capture card that would work. I would literally have to unplug and replug my capture card mid-stream about 15 times for me to get through a stream for the first 4 months of Mixer, until I finally bought the inside capture card for the PC.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had no problems after that. But like, there's tech setbacks, there's all kinds of craziness. I think at the time, my biggest setback in content creation history was the shutdown of Mixer, which is a perfect segue into talking about that.
100%. Let's hear it.
So let's see. Mixer shut down a year after I started streaming on Mixer. So I was sitting at 800 followers on Mixer after a year, and I needed 1,000 to get a sub.
800 after a year?
Yeah.
That is hella growth, man.
Yeah, well, Mixer was quite different. It was a lot smaller, and it was a lot more intimate. And earlier you said you have had a lot of Mixer people on this podcast, Fly By With Matt. And it makes sense, because every Mixer person I've talked to loved the small intimacy of Mixer. We all felt like we knew each other, and we all felt like it was like a small family. And then when Mixer went under, it was like we were all dispersed into this massive ocean of like Twitch and Facebook gaming and YouTube. And it was just
scary.
It was crazy. Like, yeah, it was super scary. So I found out, and we found out through a tweet. Like Mixer tweeted out, "Hey, we're dying. Like,
Oh
good
my
luck."
gosh.
They didn't send their partners emails. So whatever. I was 200
Imagine.
followers away. Yeah.
Imagine Twitch tweeting out tomorrow. We're not doing this anymore.
Dude, riots in the streets.
Well, I mean this, and I don't want to go way off topic here, but it's not too entirely impossible with issues and problems in today's society, and people going to other platforms, big people, influential people, you know, Lupo, Tim the Tap Man, etc. And that's something I want to talk about later on too, or now if you want to. But people leaving Twitch for reasons, right?
Sure. And I think I've made videos about this and stuff before, but with people leaving Twitch, let's first and foremost look at the massive creators that left.
Right.
And I think it's very important to understand and realize that yes, for those massive creators, Twitch was not the best place for them because YouTube required them to stream for less hours for the same amount, if not more money, and would allow them, because all those dudes, all those ladies and all those dudes have families now. So when they heard they could stream less and spend more time with their families and make the same amount of money,
Full send.
Heck yeah, we're leaving.
Yeah, why the hell not? I mean, seriously.
Yeah. But what people don't understand, and this is where like every time a massive creator leaves, everybody questions what they're doing on Twitch, what they're doing, like whatever they're doing. What you don't see is the millions and millions of dollars in the contract that those streamers are getting. They're not just leaving for fun. They're leaving because the deal is sweeter.
And that's just from the platform too. That's not counting everything else that they're still maintaining or gaining, you know, on the side. But you know, I know a lot of people who were like, "Oh my God," you know, losing their minds, shaking their bunny ears around, right? Because like, what do we do? What do we do? We're not them, right?
No.
So
and
if you or I were to move a platform right now, and I'm not saying, you know, we're the same size wise, we're the same audience or CCV wise, that doesn't even matter, right? Unless you're an absolutely large CCV streamer, a move would be so detrimental it's not even funny. I mean, why would you? Why would you go to a different platform and start over, pretty much?
And
right?
Dude, I already did it.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to do it again. Like when it comes down to it, selfishly, I don't want to do it again. Right. I've spent almost 2 years like on Twitch, and granted, I'm doing way more now outside of Twitch than I was when I was just streaming on Mixer. But dude, like the jump from Mixer to Twitch and the rude awakening of like, oh, you don't really grow on Twitch unless you are streaming all the time or producing content outside to bring people to Twitch. Like
even then, streaming all the time is just not going to cut it nowadays with the saturation and everything like that, because you're just going to get buried, right?
Yeah.
So unless you do like you said and go elsewhere and post that content consistently, right? Mm-hmm. Consistency is key. We're not going to see any growth on Twitch, and for good reason, because why would you?
Sure. And I don't want to sit here and say that, you know, Twitch does this or Twitch does that. Twitch is, a lot of people have a lot of things negative to say on Twitch. Could they do some stuff better? Sure. But so could YouTube gaming, and so could Facebook gaming. I mean, no streaming platform is perfect. So when somebody massive moves to a different platform, everyone freaks out. The streamer that has 20 viewers on Twitch is not going to have 20 viewers on YouTube right away.
Right.
It's just not going to happen. So whatever, like the biggest thing I learned in the move is that you will probably have 10% of your growth come with you. If you're my size. My size. When I left Mixer, Pete
just brought up a good point. The thing with Mixer that is blessing coming to Twitch is that you got your base on Mixer and you brought your solid base with you. Yeah. Solid followers followed you, just lost the extraneous part.
Yeah, it was the only way I survived, man. Like, and that was like at the time with 800 followers, I had about 10 congruent viewers. So they would come back every single time, and that was including mods. So that 8 started off on Twitch. You know, it was like, then you had to kind of rebuild. And then after I had been streaming on Twitch for a while, and trying to figure myself out there, then I realized I'm hitting a ceiling on Twitch and I need to do something drastic, which is when I started posting on TikTok all the time.
Which I love your videos. I love your videos, by the way.
Thank you. It's I'll be honest, man, it's difficult. It's difficult to sit there and like not get lost in the likes and follows and try to figure out like, who am I making content for? What am I doing? Is this good enough? Is this bad? Are people gonna like it? Like, so much crap goes into the content creation game, and like the mental game of it is like, no, you just put your content out. Like, just put it out. Someone is gonna like it, and there's always somebody weirder than you, and there's always somebody crazier than you that other people are gonna think are weirder and crazier. So just put your stuff out,
Right. Darkness, thanks for the lurk, man. I appreciate you coming in here and showing support. You know what's crazy about TikTok, Pastor, is, first of all, I gotta pause this. Do you have a nickname?
Me?
Yeah, do you have a nickname? PastorGainz, PG. What do you prefer?
A lot of people just call me Pastor, to be honest.
Okay, good.
But if that's weird for you, you can call me whatever you want.
No, I love it. I'll call you Pastor. You know what's funny? You know what's funny about content creation, right? You and me, for example, right? We have completely different types of content.
Sure.
Completely different types. But, and I was just having this conversation with my wife earlier also. We see results because there are people that like everything. And that's the cool thing about content creation, is there's something out there for everyone. You just got to find your everyone.
Sure. There's always going to be an audience for that thing that you're doing, which is why there are TV shows about glass blowing. There's TV shows about watching whales. There's TV shows about tie-dyeing.
Right.
Like, everyone has an audience for everything that they're doing, which is very, very interesting, because I am finding that on my TikTok content, because I don't have an audience really yet on YouTube or Instagram, I'm just recycling those videos, and those people obviously are not watching my TikToks because they're on Instagram and YouTube. So I'm able to kind of grab this other audience and hopefully, and I have some, bring them into the Twitch scene. And it's been very, very lucrative when it comes to getting viewers and getting people who want to come check out the stream. Like, I've noticed that a lot of my videos, like the majority of my videos, I think the goal of my TikTok, and I was thinking about this, like, I want to help people. Like, I want to help them do X, Y, or Z.
That's amazing.
And it's trying to figure out a way to do that. Like, I was thinking about this, like, is my TikTok going to be like, I want to help you get to affiliate, here's what you do, because that's what I have experience with. Or some of my TikTok content is like little skits or, funny sounds
Thank you
or whatever.
For that follow, man. Thank you so much.
All of it is designed to get people to want to see who I am, to come to my stream and check out if I'm the same person that I am in the videos.
Right.
So it's so far, worked as far as I know. So we'll see.
I want to catch up here. I got Battleson dropping flank steak in chat here. He says he calls you Saved by Scars.
Bro, that was my gamer tag when on Mixer.
That's awesome. Paulie wants to know, what do you think of TikTok promote? That's such a great question, and there's such mixed results or mixed feelings from everyone about self-promotion or the promotion on TikTok.
Yeah.
Paying for your views. Yeah. Pay to win.
Let me see. Because here's the deal. Part of me is like, if you got the money, do it. If you got the money, do it. A lot of streamers that are starting off don't have the money to spend on paying for their views. I mean, the goal
is to get your name and your image out there, right?
Sure. Now, do I do it? No, I don't. Some things, I will pay for some things in terms of equipment for my stream or, upgrades for my computer or whatever it may be. I will never pay for views. It's not worth it because it's fake growth. And a lot of those...
Admittedly, I tried it one time. Okay.
Well, how was it for you then? Because if you're the experienced one here, so you got to tell me how it is, because I saw it happen. I made a video about how I was not a huge fan of the pay-to-win type scheme that a lot of social media is doing right now. And I'm still not, which is why I haven't done it. But what was your experience?
So here's what I found. Okay, so the promotion on TikTok, right? You pay $5 a day, and that $5 will guarantee up to 500 or 1,000 views, right? Mm-hmm. So if you're after views, then you get what you pay for. But if you're after interaction or gaining relationships or friendships to bring to your stream, 100% do not recommend.
Yeah.
There was no genuine interaction on that promotion whatsoever. In fact, there was more discrimination on why I even promoted it. Why would you pay to promote this? Well, I kind of wanted to see what it was about.
Yeah.
Was it a waste of money? No, because I learned something. That falls in line with the failure of all this, right? I look at that promotion as a fail, and it was money well spent because I learned not to do it anymore.
Yeah,
plain and simple.
It's actually super funny because I when it first came out, I opened it up to see, like, I was like, how much does it cost? Like, just doing some research, how much is this gonna cost? And when I saw it was $5 a day for one video, I was like, screw this. I was like, I'm not doing that. That's for me. It's too rich. It's too rich right now. So I was like,
my mom just said it makes her sad that I tried that. Shame.
Dude, disappointed for sure. She's not mad. She's just disappointed.
Oh, that's even worse. Sorry, Mom.
But yeah, dude, like, to answer the question fully, I'm not a fan of anything that I have to pay to promote myself. Like, if I and that goes back to, like, if I am making good enough content, it promotes itself. And that can be a tough pill to swallow when you're not making good enough content. And
I will say there is an exception, in my opinion, where it could be beneficial to promote content. And my only exception is if you're doing a fundraiser of any kind.
Well, that's fair.
That's where I would put the exception, because, and I'm so angry the way it worked out, because I tried promoting back when I did my breast cancer customs in September.
Yeah.
And I posted that video, but because of the sound that I posted it with, there were on TikTok it was a claim, even though it was a TikTok sound, so I couldn't promote it because of the sound that was on there.
Yeah, that's a huge bummer, dude. I didn't know that happened.
Treasy, what's up, man? Thanks for coming in. We are interviewing PastorGainz. You guys, if at any time you want to know Pastor's socials, it's !GAINZ, Gains with a Z. Please show him some gamer love, guys. Stick around. Later on, we're going to be doing a giveaway for a Bunny Mav t-shirt. This is
dude, I want to talk about that, by the way. I didn't mean to cut you off, but that t-shirt is sick.
Okay, so the cool thing about this t-shirt, guys, this is my very first commissioned artwork, right?
Dude, that's sick.
So I took a vision, and I took some inspiration, and I took it to an artist, and I said, make this for me. And I got to tell you guys, she did wonderfully. And I got to, you know what? I'm going to see if I can find her on Twitter and maybe post it in chat for everyone to see, and go show her some love too, because she did such an amazing job. And if you guys want to take a look, go to my merchandise page, and don't worry about missing anything. You can watch my stream directly from the landing page. But check out that shirt, guys. That's what we're giving away. And it is 100% kind of like a dream come true, because you get this vision, you're like, no way that I'm going to be able to make this happen, right?
Yeah.
And then you work with this artist, and we worked on it for like, gosh, a month and a half. And she had to deal with me, and I feel so bad, because I'm like, well, let's see if we could do this instead. And she made it happen.
She's probably dealt with worse.
That's what she said too, but I think she was just making me feel better. But anyways, guys, it's her name is Cadaver. She's on Twitter. I'll see if I can post a link, or I'll give her a shout out later on Twitter. But go take a look at that shirt. We're gonna give one away in celebration of Bunny Mav. This is the last stream of December and of the year in the Bunny Mav costume per se. So that's kind of my way of giving back to you guys and celebrating an awesome month of December streaming in the pink bunny suit.
Dude, I saw the shirt and I was like, first off, who the heck is this guy's merch, people? Because this is amazing, and I need to get my hands on something like this. But now I know you went to a legit artist, so now I got to track her down and figure out if she can do work for me.
Well, here's the thing, okay? So I wanted to talk to you so bad about this, man. Okay, merchandise, right?
Yeah.
You recently opened up your merch store on Stream Elements, is that right?
So, can I tell you a story and then I'll answer your question?
100%.
Okay, so I had a merch dude originally when I first started back on Twitch, and I found out through some of my community members that he wasn't fulfilling orders, and he was taking like 6 months to get people a coffee mug, like just like craziness. So I, for lack of a better term, fired him in our relationship, and was looking for something to kind of put something out as a placeholder. So Stream Elements is what I am currently using for merch now. They kind of do everything I need them to do.
Do you pay for that?
No, it's free.
It's
so
all
they
free?
let you set up the store for free, and you just copy the link, put it right in your panels. And
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah, and they have like probably I would say 15 to 20 different designs of stuff, whether it's sweatshirts or mugs or mouse pads or whatever it is. And you just give them your logo or give them your phrases or whatever you want on them, and they'll kind of superimpose. It's very minimal,
Right.
so it's not like the custom shirt that you just did, but it does the job for what I need it to do.
So I will say that I use Wizzleworld. I'm going to do a shameless plug here because I am absolutely blown away at what Wizzleworld does. And that's actually, he was my first guest on Fly By With Mav. And you said you saw a little bit of it.
Yeah, I watched it.
He's the founder and creator of Wizzleworld. And everything they're doing is unprecedented, right? So they have a free version of their services. It's kind of a good starting point, similar to what you would see on Stream Elements. And then they have different tiers that you can pay for, which provide more and more features the more tiers you have. So I have Wizzleworld Pro, I believe is what I have, and I pay, I want to say $25 a month. But the features that you get, I mean, even going to my landing page that they made for me, that was 100% custom, made by the founder of Wizzleworld, and he talked with me about how I wanted it to look, what I wanted on there. I have an embedded link for my stream on there so people can see my stream from the landing page.
It's legit, man.
It's 100% awesome, and guys, they have open registration right now, so if anyone's interested in taking their brand to the next level, 100% recommend that.
That's awesome. That's super good, dude. Let's speak. Okay, hold on. Before we continue, we have to go back to we were having a conversation before this all started about networking or like co-streaming. I want to talk about this.
Okay,
because
let's do it.
This is, dude. Okay, where do I start?
Beard, welcome in, man.
So I had a bad experience with this. Okay, when I first started streaming, I did a co-stream with a guy who did not have a push to talk and just talked over me the entire time.
Oh no.
And ever since then, I have not done a co-stream in the same way. Like it was just, it was so bad. It was so bad. So like I have the bad spectrum of it. I'm assuming that people have had good times co-streaming or like making that work. But dude, if you don't have the push to talk, holy crap, is it
I have push to talk, guys.
Infuriating and
frustrating. You can't hear me right now, but thank you so much, Beard, for that lurk. Thank you so much. Yeah, no, I 100% agree. In fact, I just used my mute to talk with chat real quick while you said that to prove a point.
Oh yeah, Pete was there. He was like, yeah,
it was cringe. Oh my gosh, I can only imagine.
Bad.
So
man.
The original format of Flyby was a co-stream. I mean, technically you can't co-stream on Twitch unless you're a partner, right?
I think.
But so. I found a way around it when I first started Flyby. Okay, so I would say we're doing Flyby right now. You would be streaming what you're streaming, but the formatting of Flyby at the time, the first 2 seasons, was I would just interview them while we're playing a game.
Yeah.
And they would stream it, but then I would also post a link to multi-stream to where my viewers could watch both of us simultaneously. And it worked out really well.
Sure.
And they could hear sound from both people, and it did work out. I found out later that you could only do it on desktop, so it was kind of a turn-off at that point.
There it is.
But the hard thing about that format was there was so much going on in the game.
Oh yeah, dude.
No matter what game you played.
Yeah, you're either doing call-outs, you're getting interrupted by gameplay, or like something's happening. So like you can't keep a straight train of thought to save your life.
That, or in the first 2 seasons I didn't have a PC, so I was on game chat. So then yeah. Can you imagine? Like, so this whole thing is a learning process, right?
Yeah.
So now I'm on PC. Obviously, I have Discord, so I don't have to deal with that. And there's so many other things that you can do on PC. Obviously, it's very beneficial. But after season 2, I had an epiphany. Is the way I put it. I said, wait a minute, this is not what I want Flyby to be. I want this, what we have right here, a very intimate experience where we are vibing out, talking with everyone, talking with chat, and they get to know you and see you at the same time. It's
Oh,
truly,
yeah,
it's
for
truly
sure.
in my opinion, a much better version of what I was doing. So my point with all of this, guys, and for you too, Pastor, I'm sure you would agree, you got to start somewhere, guys. In this journey, you have
Mhm.
to start somewhere and take what you get every single day and make it better. That's all you have to do. That's all you can
Yeah.
do.
Yeah. And this format is really, really nice because the majority of my work that I did as a youth pastor was like this, one-on-one, and it was just over coffee. So like if I had a
That's
coffee
awesome.
mug and it was probably 7 hours earlier, I would be drinking coffee right now.
I got a
But it's
Juju cup if you're
yeah,
interested.
there you go. There you go.
let's talk
But
about
yeah,
let's
man,
talk
like
about that. Let's talk about that real quick, Pastor. You were just recently affiliated or partnered with well, I'll let you take it from there. What were you
yeah, yeah,
partnered
yeah.
with?
So I am affiliated. Well, I have a few things going on. I'm affiliated with Knockaround Sunglasses. Absolutely love them. They're phenomenal. They're like polarized sunglasses for like $25, and they're amazing. But I just got partnered with Gamer Grind Coffee. So this was massive for me because I had always. Oh, first off, I'm obsessed with coffee. I love coffee so much.
Isn't
It's
it great?
fantastic.
Isn't it great?
Especially when you have 3 kids, dude. I'm just it's
Oh
like
my
an eye
gosh.
at that point.
Coffee is life
Um,
when you have 3 kids, man.
Dude, it is. So and here's back to the original conversation. I was like, I wonder if I can. I wonder if I could get sponsored.
Yep.
I wonder if I could get affiliated with whatever coffee company. So I literally Googled coffee for gamers, and it came up with Gamer Grind Coffee Company, and I was like, okay, like I'll check them out. I applied to be affiliate with them. Heard back the same day that I got it, and then I looked at the requirements for partnership, and I met the social media requirements for partnership, which is crazy to me because it was like 5,000 followers across all platforms, which I've blown past. And it's insane to me that I have that reach. But then I reached back out to them and I was like, hey, like, here's my requirements for this. Here's my socials. You can check it all out, whatever. Within 2 days, they got a hold of me on Twitter and they're like, hey, check your email. And it was a welcome. You've been partnered with Gamer
That's
Grind Coffee
awesome.
Company.
That is awesome.
Um, yeah, and
Congratulations on that.
thank you. It's
That's really
so
cool.
freaking cool. Like I've always wanted to be partnered or sponsored, whatever you want to call it, by a coffee company. And this may not be the end game coffee company that I stay with, but it's a step in the door. Like
Oh.
this is big for me. So like that was one of the really big things that happened in 2021.
We all start somewhere, right?
Yeah, like we all start somewhere. We all start doing something. And like for example, I this is another thing. Like I just got an iron flask, which I've been drinking out of.
Love
I
it.
applied. I got the flask. Found out I was obsessed with it. I love it. I applied to their affiliate program to see if I could become an affiliate with them. Like it's just these little things that, as a content creator, you're always trying to look for the next best thing, or like stuff to give back to your community, or like, would my community use this? Could I promote this? Could I work with this brand? And like
That and
yeah,
I mean let's not forget to mention an important part of content creation. If you guys are taking this to the next level and wanting to make it more than a hobby, monetization is super important to do.
yeah,
And that's exactly what you accomplish with these small goals that you're accomplishing is a monetization that comes with it, and that's awesome.
yeah.
The sanctuary is coming in hot with knockaround glasses here.
Yeah, dude, what's funny about it is like Pete is the one who turned me on to Knockaround sunglasses. We were at a playground with our kids one time and I saw him wearing them. I was like, what are those? And he explained everything. So I applied to be affiliate and I got it. And then literally like 50% of the people in my Discord and my community have ordered Knockaround sunglasses.
That's awesome.
And they're all raving about
That's
it. Dude. Like
awesome.
it's fantastic. So that was really good. I reached out to them to see if they would sponsor me at this point, but I'm not quite there. So eventually, I'm looking to move that affiliateship into a sponsorship, but
You'll do it. You'll get there, man. I know you will.
and I hope so. And I think all this goes without saying.
William Painter?
There's an unsung hero. There's an unsung hero of my entire content creation journey and my entire stream schedule and like everything. So the unsung hero of this is my wife.
Bro.
She is the one that supported me doing this, that literally gives up her time with me 3 days a week or 3 nights a week after the kids go to bed so I can do this. Like she has sacrificed so much so that I could do the streaming and the content creation and kind of follow my dreams with this. Like I would not be able to do any of this without her. And at the same time, she came up to me and was like, hey, I don't think you got time for this anymore. Okay, that's it. Like that was always the deal. Like the second it starts either taken away from the family, or like she gets overwhelmed, or like doesn't want to, like we want to pursue different things together. Okay.
I want to take the time to give a shout out to Mrs. Mav, because that's 100% factual what you just said. Same goes on my end. I mean, it's exactly the same. I'm finding that you and I truly have so much in common in a lot of different aspects. So I 100% relate to that. The real MVP is the spousal support, 100% in this whole journey. Battle
says too. We also like her more. My chat would much rather watch my wife stream than me every single time I stream. And like, because sometimes like our office right now, like you see this on the screen, but right off camera here is my wife's desk. So typically she's sitting there while I stream, and she is just the main event. Whenever she's on camera, they love her, which is awesome because my wife is awesome. So
I haven't gotten Mrs. Mav on cam yet, so that's gonna be. I told her, I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna do a channel reward point, and I'm gonna make you come down and play some Warzone or something with me one time. And she doesn't game at all. She's not a gamer, so it'd be hilarious content also.
Dude, so it's funny because my wife was raised on PlayStation and I have an Xbox, but we do play this game together on stream from time to time called Overcooked 2.
What is that?
It's a game where you're these little cartoon chefs, and there's orders that come up in the top left of the screen, and you're trying to put all the ingredients together in a time limit. It's like a party game. Dude, it is hilarious. It is so freaking funny. Like, Battle has played it with us before.
Paulie says he loves that game.
Oh, dude. Paulie, you're fantastic. Overcooked 2. My wife would be an Overcooked 2 streamer if she wanted to. Like,
why not? Do it.
It's so funny. It's so funny.
That's awesome, man.
So
that's really cool.
Wives are the unsung heroes for sure.
100%. Listen, I have a very, very, very important question. Okay, and I kind of hinted at this on Twitter earlier today. On like the million times I tagged you.
My Twitter was popping off today. I was stoked.
Do you like mayonnaise or Miracle Whip?
Bro. Mayonnaise or Miracle Whip?
Yep, you got to answer too.
Dude, Miracle Whip is not real. That is not a real food.
Okay, you answered correctly, and this interview can now proceed.
I was like, what in the world? Yeah, dude, mayonnaise, 110%.
Pete says mayonnaise too.
Mayo.
Yep.
Mayo all the way.
I have a funny story about mayo, and it kind of turned me off of mayo for like a month. All right. So what is mayonnaise? Do you know what mayonnaise is?
Yeah, it's just oil and eggs.
Yeah. So I work in the security sector of the United States, right? I'm a field service technician for a gate operating company that installs and services gate operators. So anytime you see an automated gate system, that's what I do for a living right now.
Okay.
I put those motors in. I do residential and commercial. So I was at a residential site, and I had to program their access controls, and I went into their house, and she opened her fridge for whatever reason. She was grabbing something to drink, and I saw this jar of mayonnaise, right?
No.
And it was separated, and it was nasty.
Oh.
And she's like, "Oh, this is from 2007."
What was it still doing in the fridge? Like, she didn't know it was there. She knew exactly what it was there.
It gets worse. It gets worse. She took it, she scooped off the top layer, mixed it all together, and made a damn sandwich right there in front of me. Yeah.
No freaking thank you. What a monster. What a monster.
Come to find out, yes, she's alive, and she is a doctor, you guys. She's a doctor.
I would have left that house.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Next to it and said no, thank you. I'm all
oh
done
my
here.
gosh.
I'm all done here. Not a chance.
So that's my personal story about mayonnaise.
Oh,
Duke's mayo is king. I've never even heard of Duke's. Doctor of what? Doctor of what not to eat, Paulie man.
Doctor of death. Yeah. No thanks.
Yeah.
I mean, I like mayo when it's supposed to be eaten, not from 17 years ago.
That was so gross to see that.
And
she acted like it was completely normal. But anyways, I digress.
Yeah, dude. No thanks.
Listen, so realistically, coming from Mixer, getting back on point here, coming from Mixer, being on Twitch, what are your realistic goals with streaming and content creation? Is this something you want to make into a full-time career? If you want to become, I guess, the next big streamer. You know what I mean? What are your goals with all of this?
Yeah. That's a great question.
Yeah,
First and foremost.
Polyman came from Mixer as well. He was one of my guests on Fly By With Mav.
Oh, nice, dude. Poly. I like it, dude. I like it. You're two for two right now. It's fantastic. Dude, what's funny is like I sat down to try and figure out my goals for 2022 probably 2 weeks ago. And I was like, what the heck do I want to do? And I think the biggest hurdle, which I guess you could call it a goal that I face in 2022 is YouTube.
It's so rough.
I don't know what to do with it.
It's like rough.
I'm currently just making shorts and I have them scheduled out and they upload once a day and like that's what YouTube is for me. But
have you heard Harris Heller's take on YouTube?
Yeah, I freaking love Harris Heller.
He's never wrong.
He's never wrong.
He said, I think it was the first 2 years he posted content to like 1 to 15 views for like the first 2 years of his career.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Yeah. No, dude, and that's the thing about content creation. It's like the most humbling thing ever because people have to like what you're doing and have to like you or it doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're the only person that you're riding on, you know? So I think to answer your original question, my goals for this year is to come up with some sort of sustainable YouTube channel, long form content.
I know you're
currently, like I said, I'm doing shorts. I don't know how to niche down, if you will, into YouTube and figure out what I want to use YouTube for. Like I would love to do Let's Play with some of the games that I play, but a lot of the games that I play are very oversaturated on YouTube and the gaming community in general. Like
Right.
if I was to do Dark Souls Let's Play, well, I'm one of 50 million people doing Dark Souls stuff. So I think overall the goal is to stay the course. Is to stay the course and continue to get better at what I'm currently doing, and which is TikToks, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, have a solid schedule that happens for every single one of those daily, and then to continue streaming 3 to 4 times a week. If I can do that, and if I can remain consistent, and if I can remain putting the time in, if you will, then I think if we have this conversation at the end of 2022, things will look very different.
We will have this conversation, by the way.
Yeah,
and I look forward. I look forward to talking about it.
Yeah,
Battle does not know who Harris Heller is.
Well, that doesn't surprise me. Battle, to answer your question, Harris Heller is a YouTube streaming guru, if you will. They call him the Stream Doctor, and he covers everything from what kind of cameras you use to business around YouTube to business around Twitch, all the news videos, everything. Harris Heller, just type him in YouTube and just sit there for 17 million years and watch all of his stuff.
That's fair enough, though, Battle, and I feel the same. He says you can name the top 10 content creators, and I will not have heard of them.
Yeah,
Look,
that makes sense.
I've only been in this for a year and a half. There's a lot of people that I don't even know, so I can relate to that.
Yeah, and what's funny is like the main content creators that got me into streaming or that I looked up to for streaming was like Tim the Tatman, Asmongold, and Dr. Lupo and Courage. You know, like those were the guys that were just there. You know, they were the big ones on Twitch like 3 years ago when I started all this. So obviously things have changed now, but it's like, you know, to see where I would be at the end of 22, I'm very interested to see where I am. And
Battle,
I don't
respect the hell out of
have
that, man.
any
I really do.
goals other than to have the goal of staying the course and doing what I started doing 3 months ago better. Like I started making TikTok content 3 months ago, realistically 3 months ago, and I've gained 3,000 followers in 3 months. So
congrats
like
on that, man.
Thank you. And that's been super, super cool, but it's hard to view just like your growth as a channel by 3 months. Like I look at the graph or whatever from like my Twitch and everything, all the growth that I've been experiencing, even though it doesn't seem like a lot, and the graph is just going up.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm doing something right, which
TikTok
is crazy.
TikTok is hard to gauge growth as well, only because I feel you're hindered by that For You page. And I'd like to throw out an example for that. I'd like to throw out an example to kind of elaborate on why I feel that way. Okay, I've had 3 videos go viral this year.
Okay.
From that, I went from 2,500 followers in April of 2021 to what I'm at 12.3 now.
Dude, that's fantastic.
And yes, it is. It's amazing, and I appreciate everyone who thought that my content was good enough to like and follow, that's awesome. But the thing with TikTok is you have 12.3 thousand followers, but those videos still aren't averaging. It goes back to a numbers thing, in my opinion, right? So I feel that videos should, at the very least, average a certain amount because you have that many followers. So I think TikTok has a hindrance in its For You page, and I think that's why. Because I think your content should be pushed more to your followers rather than getting lucky on the algorithm, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, and I think where that, and I don't know if that's correct or incorrect or whatever, but I think this is what happens. From what I've seen on TikTok, there is no For You page. There is videos that go out to, let's say you put a video out, and it goes out to the first 100 of your followers.
I love this theory, and I agree with it. Proceed.
Yeah, if it doesn't do well in those first 100 followers, it's not going to go to anyone else's For You page. If it does really well with those first 100 followers, it's going to spike to another 100 people's For You page.
Yeah, it's all about sample size, and that sample size gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah,
as it goes.
So, like, for example, I posted a video today at 11 o'clock in the morning. By 12 o'clock, it had 1,000 views, and it petered out around 3:30 with about 4,500 views on it. So it was doing really, really well, and then it stopped doing well to the audience that it was kind of curated for, and then it kind of fell off and stopped moving. So TikTok is very, very weird, where I think the algorithm, everyone kind of harps on the For You page. No, you as a content creator have a For You page that people see, and if they don't like it, it doesn't go to anyone else's page.
Right.
Like, it's I don't know. I mean, I'm not a TikTok
Pete
guru,
says, I think the paying for views question from earlier fits here as well. You aren't going to convert 90 to 95% of views into engagement, but this is why I understand paying for promotion. If you're making videos that no one sees, it's really hard to gain viral success. And that's factual, 100%. But it all goes down to the size and the money people have to put forth to it, right?
And that's also where you have to sit down and you have to say, okay, what is a successful video? Like, legitimately, what is a successful video?
Well, I think that's defined differently by so many people, right?
Sure.
So for you or me, a successful video would be 20 or so meaningful comments, and maybe even just one, where that one meaningful interaction turns into something like you and me, where we're talking and we're getting to know each other even more.
Yeah.
That's a successful interaction.
Yeah, and I think it does go back to that. Any video, like, I'll put out a video, and I'll use a video from today, for example. If it gets 150 likes, but there's 70 comments, that's incredible interaction.
Huge. That's huge.
Like, that's incredible. So I'm trying to switch this. It's so easy to get caught up in, like, well, it only went out to 500 people, or it only went out to 98 people.
Yeah, but what did it do? Yes, what did it do with that small amount, or whatever? I didn't mean to say small amount, but what did it do with that sample size?
No, exactly. And that's where it's like, I had a video, dude, small amount, not small amount. I had a video hit, it was like 13 people, and then it stopped moving, and I was like, okay, that's weird. And then I've had a video hit 1.6 million people, and I'm like, where's the happy medium here, guys?
There is none. There is none.
No, there's nothing. So it's like, just what do you base the success? Wow, I can't even talk. The success on a video on? For me, it would be engagement, not necessarily views. Like,
I agree.
If I'm talking to a lot of people on a video that doesn't get very far, I'm still having a lot of interactions, and those people are probably going to come check out my Twitch stream if they're having good enough interactions with me. Like, that's what the win is.
Stranger Born brought up another topic of TikTok, and I want to get your opinion on this. Going live on TikTok, thrust your profile to the forefront of your niche. I've seen people in the digital marketing world gain 15,000 followers in a month. What is your take on TikTok Live? And you and I have talked about that a little bit, but I think we have similar opinions, and that's. I'll let you go ahead. I don't want to interrupt you, but I think we feel the same way.
Yeah, it doesn't work for me, and I'm gonna preface this by I have tried to go live. Going live on TikTok is the only time where I'm just kind of lost. Like, I feel like I never know what to talk about, and when people come in, like, what's the etiquette? Am I supposed to greet them before they start talking? If they start talking, do I greet them? Like, how does that work? Because I have typically what I've done, like I've done both styles of TikTok going live that you've seen streamers do on TikTok, where they'll have the phone posted up and they'll be live on Twitch, and they'll try to either talk to both or they'll just talk to Twitch, and that is supposed to make you on TikTok think you need to go over to Twitch. I've also done the going lives where I've sat in front of my phone and just tried to talk to people and hang out and get to know people. People stop coming in after about 10 minutes, and then it peters off, and like I think the max people I've had in a TikTok live was 15 for maybe 4 minutes, and then it went down to like 3. So then do you ask yourself, like, was it a successful live because there was only 3 people in that you were talking to the whole time? Or is it a waste of time when I could have gone on to Twitch and been with my community and talked to 15 people?
And I think you have to ask yourself, who were you talking to? Was it someone new? Was it someone,
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So I have a very similar opinion on TikTok Live, and I've tried it as well. Not in every facet that you have or application. Sure. I've tried the whole stereotypical, point my phone somewhere else while I'm playing a game on Twitch. And the funny thing about that is I had my very first go live stats, if you will.
Yeah.
And I saw 1,500 people. But none of them came to Twitch. None of them typed something in the TikTok live chat. None of them did anything. So what did it do? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, they may have seen your face, but if there was no call to action and there was no action on their part to go do anything,
there was no value added at all. So what's the point?
Then there's no value, I don't think. And that's where it's been super hard. The only time I had success with a TikTok live is currently my camera is set up to where it's kind of facing forward. My phone was set up diagonally, and you got a different camera angle, so you could see 2 different sides of me.
Yep.
And people seem to, like, when they did come to Twitch, they're like, "Oh, dude, we see you in a totally different light. Like, it's different than TikTok. That's so cool." But then it only lasted for like a half hour, and then I just was like, you know what? I'm just gonna turn it off because it's just wasting my phone battery at that point.
Yeah. Pete says the other aspect is you've both found communities within your worlds, Twitch/Mixer. The thing is, on TikTok, people have a different use case for media. TikTok is a short bits, not hour-long engagements. It's an odd medium to convert, and I 100% agree with that. It really is, because the thing with TikTok is you're either seeing fellow content creators or you're seeing fans, and people hate using that word, right?
Sure.
It's a tough one for me to wrestle with, because I don't have a problem using that term. If someone likes my video, they're a fan, right?
Sure.
Anyways, I don't want to get into semantics of words, but I do agree. You're either going to catch one or the other, right? So the ultimate goal is to convert that medium, and it just comes back to how the hell do we do it?
And that's the age-old question, though,
exactly.
right? Like I've had so many people ask me in comments on TikTok videos, how do you convert? Because my big thing is, like, you have to put content out on other platforms to bring people to Twitch, because that's the only way you're really going to get discovered. And the question I constantly get is how? How do you do that? And the only thing that I can come up with that is solid by any way is they are either going to like you or they're not. Like, and it sounds so harsh and so rough, but put yourself in the viewer's shoes. If you are scrolling through TikTok or scrolling through Instagram or whatever it may be, and you see a streamer, if you don't like what they're doing in 5 to 6 seconds, you're going to scroll right past. So it's, besides having your Twitch link on every single one of your bios and having your, all of your "here is where I am" links everywhere on all of your bios and everything, I don't know, man. You just got to be real enticing. It's either you have to be like funny, good looking, or
well, shit, I'm none of those.
or like a god at the game. And you have had some sick sniper shots in Warzone. I want to hear it, dude. Like, your clips on TikTok are phenomenal.
But that's the thing. First of all, thank you. But that's the thing about clips, ladies and gentlemen, is you can look like a god in clips.
Yeah, sure.
Stranger says WIIFM is sole purpose of marketing. I don't know what that is, to be honest with you.
WIIFM.
I don't know. My mom said it best too, by the way. Mediocre. That's what I am. That's what I am. I'm mediocre.
Well, then Pete hit it on the head too. Is genuine connection.
Yep.
Like, how many people have come to either your stream or my stream or whoever's stream and feel like they've genuinely connected?
What's in it? Oh, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you. What's in it for me? 100%. 100%.
Yeah, that's true. That's true because we are providing a service, whether it's relaxation, whether it's to make people laugh, whether it's to give people really good content or like really good gameplay. We're providing a service for somebody, and that's not wrong. The what's in it for me, like that's what's going to get people to come back to your stream and watch you and hang out with you. Is like, are people looking for a genuine connection? Then that's what's in it for me. Like, the whole reason that I enjoy doing this so much is I love talking to people. I love meeting new people, hanging out with people, getting to know people. Like,
same, 100%.
Yeah, and I think the main reason that people at least come back to my stream is because I genuinely care that they're there.
And you show that. You show that.
Other streamers don't, but it's like I genuinely am super pumped when somebody, like, it says new viewer, first time chatter. Like, that's sick.
Yes.
That person decided to come in and have an interaction with me. And that's a privilege, man. Like, that's a lot of streamers don't get that. There's so many people that stream to 0 people on Twitch. So it's like, if I'm gonna abuse that privilege and not care, like, that's unfair to so many people.
You know what upsets me, and it's kind of a negative connotation when people say converting that medium from TikTok or other socials, you have to be blatant with them. And
sure.
And some people take it to a whole different level, and it's kind of, it's discouraging in my opinion. So like, a lot of people say you have to be, you don't have to be, but people are rude about it. Like I'm just gonna throw this out there for an example. Nick Merckx, right? Like the video, but people are taking that to a whole different level. But in my opinion, are being rude for lack of a better description.
Sure.
And I don't really agree with that approach because it takes away from that genuine connection that Pete said earlier. It's not genuine if you're being blatantly forceful or instructional on what, you're treating them like they're dumb. And I don't like doing that at all.
Sure. No, and I agree with that. And I think there's a difference between treating people like they're dumb and giving people a call to action. Like,
yes.
To ask somebody at the end of a video, hey, if you could like, comment, subscribe, whatever it may be, I don't feel like that's too forceful. If it's like, hey, you're an idiot, like my page or follow me, like that's a little bit different,
Follow me, stupid.
Yeah, like that's a different ballpark altogether. Yeah. So like the call to action is what I feel is a much more innocent thing than being rude and abrupt to people and expecting them to do things.
Right.
And that's where like, as a smaller content creator myself, like I don't expect people to do anything. I'm so jazzed when I get new followers or a new subscription. Like, the coolest thing, hands down, in my streaming journey is when somebody comes in that doesn't know me, that is a first-time viewer, and they subscribe on their own. That is the coolest thing ever.
I agree. And Pete, I don't want to make it seem like I'm putting that type of call to action in negative light, because I 100% agree. The reminder to like, subscribe, and follow, or whatever it may be, is very, very necessary, because people forget that they're on a social media platform when they're scrolling through videos mindlessly. It kind of catches attention. It kind of, it's a nice reminder to say, hey, by the way, I'm doing this often, and if you like this video, you're gonna like my other ones, or chances are you're gonna like my other ones. Yeah.
And that's where it's like, okay, a little bit of the what's in it for me. Like, if someone hears that call to action and they're like, oh, this person made me feel this, or this, like, that's what's in it for me. I'm going to go see if they can continue to do that in different facets, whether it's Twitch or YouTube or TikTok or whatever it may be. Like,
I want to talk about that what's in it for me in another light. And I want to talk about collaborations again. You and I talked about that a little bit earlier, and we kind of touched on it, but we went off topic. The what's in it for me is unfortunately how many people think in the content creation world. And I think that deters people from networking properly, and that's when you see the follow for follow, sorry for my language, bullshit that happens on all platforms, and it's truly unfortunate.
Yeah, and it really, I think what people, and this goes back to committing the time and the effort into streaming. People think this is going to happen super fast, and there have been people that have blown up on TikTok.
It
for
happens.
Sure.
It happens. It's super rare that but it does happen.
Yeah, but it's just the follow for follow stuff. It just doesn't work.
No,
like it's fake growth. Because if you have 1,000 followers, but you have 4 people in your chat, there's a problem. Like there's a disconnect between what is happening there.
Right.
So when it comes to networking and when it comes to the what's in it for me, I gave up on caring about what's in it for me because I genuinely started forming real connections with people.
And that's what it's about.
It wasn't like, hey, I'm going to come watch you and hope that you bring your community to me, or hey, what can I get out of this? Like, I watch probably, granted, all these people I've met on TikTok in some regard, but I consistently watch probably about 10 people, and I have a stable of about 10 people, and these are the people that I feel safe leaving my community with. These are the people that I feel safe talking to. These are the people that I can message on social media, and they talk back, but I never expect them to do anything for me in return.
You know what upsets me about that, though? I truly dislike our time difference. I truly, and I'm not saying this because you've dropped raids on me or if you've been in my streams, because I've been in yours, and it's not about that. I truly wish that I could catch you and I could drop my community off with you. I've talked with my mom. For all of you who don't know, Mav's mama Jody, that is my mom.
Hi, Mom.
And Schwiffy, what up, BB? I've talked with her a lot about you, and she's like, I don't know who he is, because she usually watches everyone that, you know, I've rated or I've connected with, and she watches them throughout the day and stops in and supports as many as she can. But our damn time difference, I can never catch you, bro.
It's so funny because the majority of the people that I watch are Central Time.
It's so nuts.
It works out. I mean, for me, it works out perfectly because I can, like, I say leave my community. I can give my community to those people for the remainder of the time that my community is going to be awake.
Right.
And
that's a huge part. Yeah, and it's a huge part of content creation too, because you don't want to just end your stream. You don't want to do that. You need to drop those raids every single stream, and that's another very important way of networking. No matter how many people you drop off, that is so appreciated, and if it's done properly, can form so many different relationships. Not only with you and that streamer that you're rating, but people within your communities intermingling with each other.
Yeah,
it's super important.
What's really, really cool, dude, and maybe this is a selfish plug for me, maybe it's not, whatever.
There's no selfish plugs on Flyby with Mav, bro. Let it go.
After almost 3 years of streaming, I can now raid people with what I feel is a decent size raid to receive. Like, I have, and granted, I like whether it's one person or 700 people, I love raids if they're raiding me. It's fantastic. But I typically, at the end of my stream now, will leave anywhere from 10 to 15 people, which is enough to double some of the streamers' numbers that I'm raiding. And that feels very, very cool to be able to do that, to be able to call it bless somebody else or just make somebody else's night where they're like, hey, I got a PastorGainz raid of 15 to 20 people and it almost tripled my numbers. Like, that's a very cool thing for me to do. And it didn't used to be that way. I'd always raid with like 2 to 5 people. So things are, something is happening, something is working because I'm able to do this.
The thing that I want people to know too that are watching, because I've talked with countless people about it. It doesn't matter how many people you drop off, right?
Sure.
A raid is such an important tool, and it's so appreciated. Pastor, if you were to host me with yourself, I would be as appreciative if you dropped a full community of 15 or more.
Sure.
Because that is one viewer that I wouldn't have had otherwise.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people lose sight of that, and that's very important to remember.
Yeah, and that you lose sight of that if you lose sight of where you came from in general. Like, dude, when you come from nothing and you grind and you grind and you make your content and you do this stuff and you start to see results, like it's a very special feeling, very special. Like it's not pride. It's like this. It's like a huge, for me, like a huge humility of like, holy crap, people are coming to see me. Like, holy crap, people are watching my streams. They're liking my videos. Like, and when my video on TikTok got 1.6 million views, like,
you feel on top of the world.
Dude, think of me, like, think of yourself being in a stadium with 1.6 million people and they're looking at you.
Absolutely insane. And not to mention the time it takes to go viral, right?
Yeah.
So the 3 times that it happened, okay, what's truly mind-blowing for me is, well, shit, I'm just an average guy from outside of Chicago.
Sure.
And 1 point whatever million people just saw something that I had created.
Yeah.
That is just mind-blowing.
Yeah.
You know, and whether or not that translates into another viewer or whatever, that's such a huge accomplishment to in and of itself that I 100% agree with you. It's a different type of feeling, and it's very, very hard to explain. It really is.
And then the other thing, the other double-edged sword of that is like, how quickly does that fade when the next video doesn't go viral?
Exactly, and that's another thing everyone has to remember. Like, not every video is going to get that hit. Not every video is going to do it, whether it's good or bad, right?
Yeah.
So you would like to get to a point where you're putting out what you feel is truly good content every single time.
Yeah.
But not every video is going to get the same attention. So
no.
As hard as it is, you can't let that discourage you. It's such a hard game to play, right?
Dude, it's so hard when you go viral and then the next 4 videos you put out get under 500 views.
Right.
Like, it's and that's the part of content creation
you want to pull your hair out.
Talk about, is like this mental game of like, you have to be in your own corner and you have to only give yourself positive self-talk. You can't tear yourself down because you're the only person that's really rooting for you. You know, like, you are making this happen. Mm-hmm. It's not, I'm not big enough to have an editing team or a publishing team or like all these people around me.
Pete, 100%. The emotional swings is just,
it's on you.
Yep, 100%. You know, I want to take this and talk about something else that I think is really important.
Yep.
First of all, does pineapple belong on pizza?
God, no.
Well, why?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Okay, this is a heated debate that me and my chat have at all times when pizza gets brought up. Pineapple on pizza tastes like steaming hot garbage, and I will have none of it. It doesn't taste good. Pineapple tastes great. Pizza tastes great. Leave them alone.
Okay.
That's my thoughts. That's my thoughts, dude. If I did not answer incorrectly, then I'll just hang up, dude.
Bet. No, you won't. You're too damn nice to hang up on me.
You won't do it, dude.
Battle says milk. What the hell? I don't know what that means.
So we also have heated arguments about different kinds of milk too.
Wait, hold on. Can you say that word one more time?
Milk.
Okay. Thank you.
It's not milk.
Wait,
milk.
Go ahead. Which one is it?
I say milk. Oh my gosh! Stop. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Milk. Yeah.
Milk.
It's milk. It's not milk. It's milk.
Yes, thank you.
Dude, I almost had a stroke. Holy crap, dude! Oh my gosh.
Strawberry is the best. I agree with Schwiffy on that one.
Oh, dude, milk. We have debates about like banana milk, strawberry milk, chocolate milk, regular milk, oat milk, like all this craziness. Battle has successfully derailed this podcast into
you know what?
man's land.
It's okay. That's what we're here for, everyone. I love it. I do. I love it.
Fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic, man. But yeah, pineapple does not belong on pizza.
Okay, thank you for getting back on the non-topic of pineapple not belonging on pizza.
Yeah, dude, that's just my take on it. That's my take.
My face is gonna hurt from smiling so much, you guys. Thank you all for being here. At any point, guys, if you want to catch PastorGainz Socials, ! GAINZ, please show this man some love. He is truly amazing. We are going to be doing a giveaway here in a little while, guys. The Bunny Mav t-shirt. And if you guys want to take a look at that, Schwift's been dropping my links all over chat because he's truly amazing.
Man with the plan.
Go take a look at the merch landing page, and you can watch the stream from there as well. Pastor, let's talk about balancing, right?
Yeah.
Balancing IRL with content creation and the difficulties that presents with doing that.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It is very, very interesting, and there's a fine line between obsession and balance.
Pete, I'm on it. I'm on it, bro.
So, like I said, this goes back to singing the praises of the wife, allowing her. I say allowing, like we've decided we would do this together, but like she is on board 100%. So, the balance is making sure that I am present in the times I'm supposed to be present. So, like I stream Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I have for almost 3 years. If I am not present on Thursday night, Monday night, Saturday, or Sunday, there's a problem. Now, what I mean by present is when I'm supposed to be there. My wife naturally goes to bed earlier than I do. So if I'm present when the kids go down to bed from 7 o'clock until 9:30 when my wife goes to bed, that's balance. And then I can do my content creation stuff from like 9:30 to 12:30 to 1.
Welcome,
and I can fit the time in when it's most appropriate. And this isn't a job for me. So like balance is understanding that yes, this is still a hobby. It doesn't necessarily need the time that a job would take.
Right.
So if I am still being a present father, if I'm still in the moment with my kids, if I'm not on my phone all the time, if I'm still being a good father and a good husband, balance.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us today, man. Thank you so much.
And that also goes with like taking care of myself.
Much love. Have a great night. Thank you for that follow.
4 to 5 times a week. If I don't, do what I'm supposed to do to take care of me, then I'm unbalanced and I have to bring it back into check. So if I'm taking care of myself and if I'm present with my wife and my kids, everything else works out. It makes sense.
That does make perfect sense. I agree. And the hard thing for me with balancing the two is finding the time, right, to create content after streaming. Because as much as we love the streaming portion of it, most of the time we are creating content while we stream, right? This is 100% usable most of the time, right?
Sure.
But you still need to put that together. You still need to spend time to edit and put things, in play and in motion and post and consistently post.
Yep.
And the hard thing for me is finding that time to... Schwiffy, what are you doing, man?
We'll be giving them subs, dude.
Swift, thank you so much for those gifted subs, bro. Thank you so much.
The man with the plan, dude. I'm telling you.
The hard thing for me is to, like I said, balance the time it takes to do the extra things, right?
Yeah.
Because when you're working full time, whether you're working or you're a stay-at-home father, you are consumed by other things, other important things.
Yeah.
So that's the hard thing for me. And recently, we talk about syndicating content and putting it elsewhere and other platforms. And recently, for me, Facebook has been huge, right?
I saw that. Yeah, man. Congrats on that. That's super.
Thank you. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what it's gonna do. But to think that I'm a part of that particular bonus program, where I'm going to be bringing in monies for that kind of thing.
Yeah,
it's just mind-blowing. So it's kind of funny balancing that IRL and content creation. I had a conversation with my wife this week, and she's like, wait a minute, you're going to be getting paid for this? She's like, what are you even doing by me? Go edit some clips.
Yeah. Dude, and that's the thing too, and maybe this will be a little bit of a challenge to you or whoever is listening who is in content creation. I wasn't always a stay-at-home dad, so people could argue, well, you're a stay-at-home dad, you have all the time in the world to content create. Well, let's back it up. 2 years, when I was just leaving Mixer going to Twitch, I would wake up at 5 a.m., not content creation, I would do government contracting from 5 to 8 a.m. I would go to my job from 9 to 4, and then I would go teach drum lessons from 4 to 6, and then I would come back and I would stream. So like, you gotta find the time to do what you want to do. Like for right now, if I really needed the time, if I wasn't gonna stay up late at night, and if I was going to bed at 9:30 with my wife every single night, I would have to wake up at 5 a.m. and do 3 hours of content creation in the morning. Like, I know that's not feasible for everybody, but if you want it, you'll find the time. I said, if you love something, you're gonna find the time.
It's a super mentality to have too, right?
Yeah.
So in any success, in any application of life, whether it's content creation, professional jobs, careers, etc., sports, whatever you want to excel in, everything requires a little bit of sacrifice.
Sure.
At a minimum, right? Because you can't contribute to yourself becoming better at your craft unless you sacrifice something to do it.
Yes, and the thing that is always sacrificed, which is our most precious commodity, is time.
I'm so glad you said that.
Your time that you're sleeping, you sacrifice, and there may be a time in the content creation journey where, and this is where some content creators are not willing to do this, and I don't know if I'm there yet either, but there will be times when you have to sacrifice time with your family or sacrifice time with your friends. If you want to get on the journey that leads to greatness, so to speak, you're going to have to make sacrifices. Now, am I willing to sacrifice time with my family currently? No.
Right.
Because my kids are very, very young. It is what it is. I'm just not there yet.
You don't want to miss that crucial time. You don't want to miss that crucial time with your family. And to go even further on what you're saying, it's time, right? If you're not surrounding yourself with people who understand at the very least, content creation is damn near impossible to do.
Sure.
Right. Let's talk about IRL balance with people who don't even understand what this is. Right.
Yeah.
The negative stigma surrounding gaming in general is sickening, and I wish it could be changed. But unless you truly educate people what it is that we're trying to accomplish here, nobody's going to change their mind.
No, and like I made a video about this at one point too. Is like when you start your content creation journey, it gets very lonely. Like I thought all my friends and all my buddies would be behind me when I started streaming. Nobody cared.
Nope.
Nobody wanted to like, and it wasn't that I had bad friends or they were bad people or whatever. Nobody gives a crap until you're making money with something. Like nobody gives a crap because it's taking you away from them. Because people are always, regardless, like good people, bad people, whoever, are always thinking about what is best for them personally. And that's not to say everyone is selfish. Everyone just wants to make sure they're taken care of.
Yeah.
So it's like if you are disappearing to chase your dreams, that means someone else's time with you is being taken away, and they're going to get upset. So I lost friends when I started streaming, and
I think the biggest loss is respect. Okay, so I'm going to give an example. I'm not going to throw any names out there because, I'm not about throwing people under the bus.
Not you, Pete. You were with me to ride or die. Ride or die.
Boss, very good point. Lots of negative perspectives about people who game, and that's kind of what I'm touching on, all right? The loss of respect from family members, from friends, from relatives, or distant relatives even, right? The lack of respect is if, say, Mav is a full-time employee, I take really good care of my family, I pay all of my bills, but then I start spending more time doing this. Why?
Yeah.
The loss of respect for doing something like this to people who don't understand is a very legit battle that we fight on a daily basis.
Sure. And I've been very blessed to have everybody, at least in my current family, like the minimal thing they'll say is like, oh, that's cool. Or like they'll ask me how it's going. I'll tell them how it's going. Like, oh, that's great. Because they're not in the space. Right. They don't understand. Right. Like nobody has been overly negative about what I'm doing. But I get it, man. Like there's gonna come times where people question, like, why are you doing that? Like that makes no sense.
It's
You're
just
never gonna.
Unfortunate, and I've had conversations with my mom and my wife and my brothers about it because they're all very, very supportive, right? I'm not referencing them at all when I say this loss of respect. So please don't you guys think that. The thing is, now I forget where I was going with that. I'm so sorry. I wanted to be sure that I made sure that they know I'm not talking about them.
That's good. I'm glad you lost train of thought and it wasn't me.
Damn it. I lost respect for you when I found out you watch A Christmas Story. Look, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
Oh
but
gosh,
but we all have to admit A Christmas Story is the #1 Christmas movie of all time. All time.
Elf? Can we is Elf? Elf is
I would say
probably...
a top 10 easily.
Okay. Well, top 10. There's only like 10 Christmas movies.
Bullshit.
Name 10 Christmas movies right now. Go.
Okay. Santa Claus 1, 2, and 3.
Okay, that's cheating. That's cheating. All those are solid films, by the way.
I know. Well, I'm not a huge fan of the second one.
Okay, that's fair.
So,
what about Polar Express? Have you seen Polar
that's
Express?
a classic. That's top 5 for me. We were just talking about this in GXO's Discord right before Christmas. 5. Let's see. Miracle on 34th Street, Christmas Story, Polar Express, Jack Frost, Santa Claus 1, 2, and 3. Let's go with Christmas Carol. Which rendition of that do you want to know? I mean, I can go on and on. There's a whole bunch of Christmas movies. You just got to open your eyes, right?
I mean, shots fired. Dude, shots fired. Jeez, I was gonna say the Grinch. The Grinch is like top 2 Christmas
classic.
movies.
The classic Grinch, the original.
I mean, I like the original, but Jim Carrey did a great job.
Nope, we can't talk anymore.
Oh my gosh, dude, you better calm down,
yes,
bro.
Christmas Chronicles. That's another one. Oh, I know where I was going, Pastor. Okay, so people who don't understand, right? This means so much more to us than monetization, making money, right? So for me, I didn't really know I would fall in love with this content creation and streaming until I connected with someone across the world. Until I connected with someone who I would not have known otherwise whatsoever. And that was a meaningful connection where we're talking with each other on a daily basis now. True friendships are being made, and that's what people don't get. That's what people don't understand about this whole journey that we're all on now, right? That's so important.
Yeah, and it became very clear to me the impact that I have had on at least some of the people in my community, but like I and you are somebody's favorite streamer.
That's crazy.
Like that blows me the heck away.
Yep, that's crazy.
Because what I see is like someone who's just kind of doing their best, you know, like making sure I'm trying to make people laugh. I have good content. I'm talking all the time. I'm checking all the boxes.
Home Alone.
But you are
Stop being good after
favorite
the second
streamer.
one.
Just like somebody is going to like your content.
Right.
Like the fact that, and I've been told this, and this is not like a brag, but the fact that someone was like, you're my favorite streamer, like insane, because I measure myself up to like Tim the Tatman or Courage or like all these massive names that all these people know, but someone's like, no, like you're what I love to watch.
That's crazy.
And it's baffling to me.
It's crazy to think. Look, thank you so much for that kind sentiment you just put in my chat. Listen, I have another really important question. Okay. Would you rather smell like BO 24/7 or have super bad breath 24/7?
Oh my gosh, dude. BO.
Really?
BO, dude. I hate having bad breath. Hate it, dude. It's my worst fear. Is I go and I talk to someone and they're like, eyebrows burn off. It's my worst fear. Maybe it was like something that happened to me as a kid. Like I have no idea, but I never want to have bad breath ever. So I'd rather just smell like onions.
I can dig that.
Yeah.
You know, some people like onions, right?
I'm telling you, dude. You go to certain parts of the world, you just fit right in, man. Like I'm just saying. Bad breath is a rough time, man.
Let's talk about something you may have touched on. What's one thing about streaming or content creation that is absolutely mind-blowing that you didn't know when you started? Not going back to being someone's favorite streamer or anything like that. What's one thing that you learned on your journey that is just mind-blowing that you didn't know when you started? That's truly game-changing in every single aspect.
That if you streamed more than 10 people on Twitch, you're in the top 2% of people on Twitch.
That's nuts.
Insane. insane to me because all you see is these massive streamers that have like tens of thousands of people in their stream. But what you don't understand is there are hundreds of thousands of people streaming to no one.
Millions.
So, yeah, if you have, I think it's like 6 to 10 or like 9 to 10 people in your chat on a regular basis, you're in the top 2% of all of Twitch. And that put it in perspective.
That's crazy.
That put it in perspective to me because I was like, and I'm sure you've done this as well, is like I look at my viewers and I love every single one of them that's there. But sometimes it's hard when you're like, there's only 6.
Yeah.
Or there's only X, or there's only Y. Like,
and I it's so hard to talk about that because people are like, well, you're gonna hurt those people's feelings. Like, no, that's not what I mean.
No, yeah, it has nothing to do with.
I am so damn appreciative of who is here.
Yeah, exactly, dude. I'm insanely appreciative of everyone who shows up because that would be catastrophic if nobody showed up. But it is very easy to be done stream and say, wow, last week I had 20 people in here, and this week I'm averaging like 7.
You know, it's the ups and downs, and it all goes back to the focusing on numbers, and it's just a mindset battle. It's what it is, man. And
Battle says he'd rather watch me than whoever this Tat Man is. Listen, Battle, I love you with my whole heart. Thank you.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
that's amazing, and I loved him, the Tat Man.
I do too, but also Battle has been one of my ride or dies since Mixer days too. Like he was part of the original OG crew.
That's what it's about. I turned my viewer count off for that reason, Beard. That's something that I want to ask Pastor. I'm pretty sure I know what he's gonna say, but I'm gonna start with what I think real quick. And if I can give any advice to someone who's starting out and who wants to make a difference and feel like they're impacting somebody in some way, shape, or form, stream as if nobody how's that go? You know where I was gonna go with that.
Stream like no one's watching.
Yes. Yeah,
I get it.
And the same mentality throughout, no matter what.
Yeah, it's and here's something that's interesting that goes along the same lines of this. Like, so I turn off my viewer count. It's just not something I really care about the majority of the time. But I have always wondered, like, what happens? Would I be the same streamer to 60 people as I am to 10?
It's like, rough. It really is rough.
How can I handle that? You know, like, so I was asking my question that for a while, and then I got a raid from one of my buddies who had 40 people in his stream, which put me at 65 viewers, which was the most viewers I've ever had in my life.
Congrats, that's cool.
And it was fantastic. Like, it was not overwhelming. It was not horrible. Like, I was able to go back and forth with my game and chat. And it was one of those things where I was like, now that I know that I can handle that, how does that become the reality?
Right.
You know, like, what are the steps you take to get to that? And I think it goes back to time and consistency equals success.
That, and if I may, that's that raid where you get 1, 10, 20, 40 people in your case. Mm-hmm. That first 30 seconds is the most important time that you can possibly even spend during that one stream, I think, is making that first impression to those people, to sell who you are, to explain who you are, and to get them to want to come back or stay.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're 100% right. And that's where it's like, you have a small window of time to sell who you are. And if you fail, which failing is learning, we all fail, it all happens. But if you fail, you're not going to capture those people back.
Right.
You know, and that's fine. It happens. There's so many times where I've been raided over the past 3 years and I've never seen those people again. Like, it's not a big deal. I don't take it personally. You just move on and you continue going forward. But it happens.
Battle, unless you're struggling at a boss.
Struggling at a boss. Okay, so I got raided a few times when I was doing Dark Souls, and there was one time I got raided where I was fighting a boss, and I was like, oh my gosh, and it was so funny, dude, because I was just trying to juggle everything from like killing the boss to not dying to talking to chat to like thank you for raiding. Like it was chaos, but it was fun. I love the chaos of streaming sometimes.
It's truly amazing, man. If let me see here. I lost my place in my questions. I have a whole list of questions here. You're throwing me off, Pastor. I'm sorry.
Come on, dude. Come on, dude.
I know. I'm sorry. Inspirations in the streaming community. You have 10 people that you watch. You said, or so,
yeah,
on a consistent basis. Is that where you draw inspiration from, or do you draw inspiration from other places for content creation?
Yeah. The diplomatic answer to that is both, but I'm going to go with just drawing my inspiration from people that I watch. So typically the majority of the people I watch are about anywhere from 10 to 35 or 45 viewers, because I feel like that's the next echelon, the next tier that I am going to be entering, and they seem to be doing it well, so I watch them to figure out what I can learn and how to manage those type of numbers. So there's, and I don't know if you've seen her on TikTok. There's one.
D-Rain, that was
there's
epic
one
as hell,
girl
wasn't
that's
it?
on there, Flex. I think it's Flex and Flora, and she is crushing it. Like, she just started streaming like 6 months ago. She's already got.
I'm gonna have to check her out.
Yeah, she's got like 1,300 followers on Twitch. She's got a ton of followers on TikTok. Like, she makes very, very good content. And there's other people I watch, like Jate Live, who is just super humble, super great. His community is phenomenal. He's a very welcoming dude. I rate him all the time. And there's a few other people as well that I continue to draw inspiration from and look for. And these are also people like that I not only draw inspiration from, but that I talk to and say, hey, is my content crap? Like, can you give me feedback on this? Is this something that, you know, lights a fire in you to want to do X, Y, or Z, or is this something that just kind of falls flat? Like, let me get your thoughts on this, because if you don't, I find if you don't have that as a content creator, if you don't have that stable of people that are gonna keep you on the narrow,
that 100% transparency is so damn important.
Yeah,
to keep going. It's not even funny, because if you are sitting there, and I've had really hard conversations with people, right? You have to, if you consider yourself friends, you have to have hard conversations. If someone comes to me and they trust my opinion and they say, is this good? I owe it to them and myself to give them my honest opinion. And sometimes it's not the greatest. Sometimes it's you know what, I really wouldn't do that. I would do this instead. But at the same time, you have to be willing to accept that they might not always take your advice.
Agreed. And you also have to approach that when receiving the critique with the humility of, hey, you asked for this.
Yep.
This is good for you. Get your ego out of the way. This is going to help you. And like you said, there's also times where you can receive advice and you just don't take it. And you can eat whatever. You asked for it. You got it. You don't like it. Whatever. If you love it, take it, work with it, move on. But one of the things that I've really found out in content creation is the fact that being humble about your content, about who you are, about what you're doing, is going to get you a lot further than thinking everyone owes you something.
If you aren't humble in this game, you're going to be served a piece of humble pie very, very quickly. And that's going to knock you off your damn pedestal quicker than you could ever even imagine.
Sure.
Right?
Sure. Yeah, I get it, man. I get it.
It's
insanity.
It's insane. Pie. Stop it, Mav. I'm fat and hungry. Oh my gosh.
delicious pie.
Listen, Pastor, I can sit here and talk for hours. I really can.
Yeah.
But we're nearing the end of the stream here. So I'd like to open up the chance for the giveaway. I'm going to tweet this out real quick. Yeah. And then we're going to do a speed round of some silly questions to boot.
I'm ready, dude. I'm ready for it. Hit me with the silly.
Hit you with the silly? Would you rather be the richest person in the world or immortal? And elaborate.
Oh, shoot.
That's a good one, right?
I mean, if you're immortal, you got to get past the whole everyone you ever love is going to die, and you just have to be fine with that. Like, but at the same time, if you're immortal, that means you could probably accrue cash over the course of time. I think I'd rather be the richest person alive.
Really?
Yeah, because I
wouldn't want to see people die around me.
Yeah, like that. I think that I don't know if I deal with death great. So it's like, if if I had to watch every single person I know, that's not a good look. But if you could provide everybody with the amazing life around you that like you loved and you could care for them, like, dude, richest forever, 100%.
That's a great answer, man.
Yeah, thank you.
You guys, real quick, a hot new girlfriend every 25 years offsets the death part.
Oh my god.
That's okay, fair enough.
Oh my god.
Mom, watching a kid die sucks, 100% agree. That's not good. Like,
Yeah.
what if you miss the next Apple or Amazon again? I'd be pissed. Dill, thanks for stopping in. You guys, if you want to take a look at the giveaway t-shirt, head on over to my landing page. We're going to get this opened up here real quick, okay? So we are going to start the giveaway for the Bunny Mav t-shirt. And the command is going to be !raffle, you guys, when it goes live. Don't do it yet. All right? And this is going to be... get a hold of me via DM after the stream so I can get your shipping address so I can get that sent over to you and your t-shirt size if you are the winner. Giveaway is now open. We're going to continue with the speed round.
There you go.
Would you rather lose your ability to speak or to hear?
Oh my gosh. Speak.
Why?
Because okay. So I love music. And I love listening to people and like listen. Like I can't imagine a silent world.
There's so many different ways to communicate than speech. It's not even funny.
Yeah,
right?
Like if I could just learn sign language as long as I can hear. Dude, yeah, that's a no-brainer for me. I think hearing for sure.
That's a great answer. Hakuna Matata or YOLO? Come on now.
So probably Hakuna Matata.
I love that answer.
Yeah.
It also shows your age.
Yeah, it does, dude.
Would you rather have pogo sticks for arms or for legs?
Oh my gosh. For legs, dude.
Bounce it up and down like crazy? Hell yeah, man.
You'd be so useless having pogo sticks for arms. Like, not a chance. Legs all the way.
My wingmen agree. If you guys have a silly question that you want to ask also, we're going to give this giveaway a little bit of time for people to get in here. Please drop a line in chat. Let us know. We're going to have some fun with Pastor here. Would you rather eat, okay, a stranger's toenail clippings once a week or have everything smell like hot garbage?
Oh my gosh. I think I'm eating toenails, dude.
No way, really?
I think I'm eating toenails.
Oh, man.
Dude, because your smell is like a big way that you taste too. So like if everything you smell tastes like hot garbage, then you also taste hot garbage.
Swifty says you can clean toenails, and GXO Strangewook has an amazing question. And I want to touch base on this also before I lose sight.
Okay.
His question is, lose the man bun or lose the beard?
I'd rather explode in a fireball than lose either one of these. And I'll tell you why. First off, my wife underneath the beard hates it. Hates it. Like, I was clean shaven when we met, and then now that I have the beard and I've had the beard for so long, I shaved it off like last year, and she was like, never do that again. Never do that again, because I look just like my brother. So she was like, I'm married to you, not your brother. Like, just keep your facial hair.
Imagine being an identical twin. I am one.
Are you really?
Yeah, so if I shave my beard, I look literally identical to my twin. So my wife says the same damn thing. Never shave that off. You look like your brother. And I mean, obviously I do. We're twins, right?
Yeah. But I think if the legitimate answer to that question, I'd rather just shave my beard. I love my hair. My hair is fantastic. I love
your
it.
hair is fantastic. It's
my
like
brother's bald, so it's like I have a man bun and he's bald. So
your hair is
like,
is the hair of an angel. I love it.
Thank you so much.
Schwiffy says New York style or deep dish.
Oh, deep dish.
Ooh. I just found out recently, and I live near Chicago, that I do not like Chicago style pizza.
You're not a fan of the deep dish?
I'll eat it. I'm not okay. So I'm a big guy. I like my food. I'll eat it, right? I'll eat it, but I prefer the thinner crust. I wouldn't say as thin as New York style, So
Okay.
like I like a classic pizza with double dough, but not deep dish. No way.
Well, and I think probably part of that too is the fact that I've had thin pizza all the time. So I'm not near Chicago. We don't have deep dish pizza on the East Coast. So it's like something that it would be a treat for me. So I think that's why I chose that. Because
You
I
might
just
you
don't
might
have
you might lose a follower over that answer. Swift is very passionate about his pizza.
you might have to unfollow you, dude. Here's the deal. As long as he doesn't put pineapple on pizza, we're good.
No, he does not. He hates
Okay, there you
pineapple
go.
on pizza.
There you go. You can
Um,
stay.
real quick before I get into any more silly questions, you have your first ever subathon coming up next month.
Dude, I do. I'm a little scared.
Why?
Because I did a 12-hour stream one time and I thought I was gonna die. And I'm 33 years old and I have
He
three
used
kids,
to be
so
what-
it's like
he
if I
used to
stay up
be.
for 24 hours
He used to be a
straight, I'm
youth
just
pastor.
gonna explode. And I think that my community will get me there. And what I mean by that is like the milestones are good enough, I think, and they've been asking for a 24-hour stream for a while. So
Let's
I think I'm gonna be streaming for 24 hours.
please fill us in on the milestones. We got to know here. And if
Yeah,
you
yeah.
guys and the date and time when it starts, because if you guys haven't even considered it yet, show this man some love because he absolutely deserves it, and his subathon would be a great time to do that. Okay, so his links are right there.
Thank you,
Pastor,
sir.
please fill us in. Fill us in on the
Um,
milestones and all the rules, etc. of the subathon.
Definitely. So I'm actually gonna fill you in on two things real quick, kind of shameless plugs here. Is like on the 9th, I'm doing a
No such
special
thing.
stream. It's gonna be on a Sunday, and I'm gonna be building my new PC on stream. So I'm gonna be doing that with one of my mods. It's gonna be a ton of fun. All the parts are ordered. They're all here. They're ready to rock. So we're gonna be building that on the 9th, and then on the 14th, we're gonna be doing possibly the 24-hour subathon on stream with the new PC. So everything will be clean, bells and whistles, phenomenal. But the milestones are as follows. I'm going to get some of these wrong because I don't have them in front of me, but 25 subs is going to be a pair of knockaround sunglasses giveaway. 50 subs is going to be some Gamer Grind coffee giveaway. 75 subs, I'm doing this thing called the Bean Cluster, which is I take an entire box of Bean Boozles and I put them all in my mouth at one time and I eat them. And that was something that my community really wanted to see because I really don't react well to them.
I had to do that once.
Oh, horrific. They're so bad.
My wingmen came in here and they gifted and donated bits. I think I did 32 Bean Boozles at one time.
Dude, there is a thing in my community. Are you a Lord of the Rings fan?
I am.
Okay, you know the Rohirrim?
I do not.
Okay, the
So
riders of
apparently,
Rohirrim.
yeah. Okay, so apparently I'm not as big of a Lord of the Rings fan as you were hoping.
Yeah, you're okay. So basically, in the Two Towers, Lord of the Rings Two Towers, there's Rohan, who are the horse riders.
Yes,
Okay, and
yes.
the Rohirrim is all the dudes who come down in Helm's Deep and they kill all the orcs.
Wonderful. Yes. Good
So,
explanation.
My community has this thing called the Bean Hiram, where someone types !bean in chat.
Gamer Grind
and they
coffee
use
book.
all their channel points for all the beans humanly possible. I think one night I did like 24
Absolutely
beans and
not
like
weird.
11 warheads or something ridiculous. Like it is insanity when that happens. So I'm doing the cluster at 75, and then I think the next one is 150, where they've wanted when someone subs to my channel, it plays the Avengers theme song, and they've wanted my wife to sing the Avengers theme song because she's done it in the background sometimes when my sub alert's going off. So I'm gonna make that a alert of her singing it every time someone subs. And then a few other milestones. I forget the actual cost of them. A few other milestones is going to be I'm going to get an emote made. Chat is going to choose what emote I make. I'll have a design paid for. I'll implement
love
it.
it. That's
through
awesome.
Emote. I'm going to eat a box of crickets for one of them.
What's a cricket?
What?
What's a cricket?
Like the bugs.
No, legit, you're eating bugs?
Yeah, like the barbecue flavor crickets. So like that's up there. The top 3, the biggest ones. So like if we get the farthest, will be I'll add another day to stream. So I'll add Monday nights to the stream schedule. I will do the hot chocolate challenge, which is a ghost pepper infused chocolate bar.
I've done it. It's horrible.
Yeah, I'm not excited
It's
about
horrible.
it. And then the other one is I will shave my beard into a handlebar mustache. And then the final, not the final, but
I'm on board with that one. That's nice.
Yeah, well, my chat wants me to do it, so they're super bad. My wife is not excited. And then a milestone that's somewhere in the middle is I'm going to do a PastorGainz care package. So I'll do a giveaway for a care package would be like a thank you letter from me, some Gamer Grind coffee, some sunglasses, pretty much everything that like encompasses my stream, and then a bunch of my merch and stickers and stuff. And I'll get the address, mail it all to you, and you'll get the PastorGainz care package. So that's all the stuff that's going on in the subathon. That'll be happening on the 14th, which is a Friday. So if we do a full 24 hours, it'll be Friday night at 7:30 to Saturday night at 7:30.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. Once again, the wife is fully on board, and she's the only reason I can do this because we have 3 kids. So that's what's going on with that, man.
All right, guys, we're going to be doing this giveaway here momentarily. Please, exclamation point raffle. Pastor, get in on this giveaway, man. I want to give you a shout at winning this t-shirt. Yeah. No, let's go on with the speed round. We'll do this giveaway in another couple of minutes. Would you rather speak to animals or know every thought of a passerby? Literally every person you would see in life, or speak to animals.
Just know all their thoughts at one time?
Yes. That's dangerous as hell.
I feel like you could take knowing everyone's thoughts, like a passerby's thoughts. You could either be like a villain with it, or you could be a hero with it. Like, you'd have to choose your path wisely. But I think animals. I think animals for sure. Just because I don't want to get into anybody's business. And what if like animals know all the secrets to the world, and I'm just waiting? You know, like I could just talk to them.
Right. That'd be insane.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I respect that. What would be your superpower?
Teleportation. Easily teleportation. And not like I disappear and then reappear, but like, you know how in X-Men 2 where Nightcrawler like leaves the smoke trail behind him?
Like Jumper, Beard Dad says.
Yes.
That'd be sick.
Exactly.
Can I just say that you answered that very quickly?
I've always known that, dude. I've always been like, that would be so sick.
Wingman, this man clearly has given this question some thought before.
I was a youth pastor for 10 years. I have all these questions like boom, 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 boom. I know exactly what I
think about dumb stuff too much. LOL. I'm the same way, man. Pop or soda?
It's soda, dude. I'm not from that area. It's soda here. Apparently everyone in in Chicago in that area is all pop. So
actually, Beard's Midwest. I can't remember where D-Rain is from. Schwiff is from Texas, so he's got that southern vibe.
There you go.
It is pop, 100%, guys.
Weirdos, it's pop.
Is cereal considered soup?
I feel like that's an uncomfortable question.
That's the whole goal.
That's a weird thing I've never thought about before.
Let's go. D-Rain.
You know what? I'm going to say no, and I'm going to explain why. Because soup is all cooked together in a liquid. And it's cooked, and it's like marinating. And a soup is like the broth, and then all the vegetables that made the broth. Cereal is just like cookies, and then you pour a substance into it.
Fair enough, Schwiff. I'm sorry. That is the best answer I've ever gotten to that question in my entire Fly By With Maverick career. I'm just saying.
I'm so glad. I thought it out. I had to think it out because I don't think that cereal is soup at all.
Is a hot dog considered a sandwich?
We talked about this in my chat. We do a lot of food conversation in my chat, so if you like food, you'll love my chat. A hot dog, in my opinion, meets the criteria of a sandwich, but is not a sandwich.
I 100% agree with that answer.
Yeah.
And Chicago is very big on hot dogs, so.
Yes, it is. Hot dogs are one of my favorite foods, by the way. So there is that, but I do not believe it's a sandwich.
What goes on your hot dogs, Pastor?
Everything.
You take it on a walk through the garden, per se?
Dude, I will drag it through the mud. I will do onions, chili, cheese, coleslaw, sauerkraut, like everything. There's a place in the Outer Banks I go called Captain Frank's, and they give you what's called a junkyard dog, and it's pretty much everything but dirt under the sun.
Like, you don't even have to elaborate. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's literally like chili, cheese, onions, coleslaw, macaroni and cheese, and like some other stuff.
Oh God,
so good,
that sounds like heaven for me. Stop it.
I'm a closet fat kid, dude. I absolutely love that kind of stuff.
Beard says kraut, mustard, and mustard.
Kraut, mustard, and mustard.
And he's drooling now.
Beard's getting after it right now. He's getting
Me
after
and
it.
Beard send each other food talks all the time. So
There you go.
that's kind of that's what our friendship was founded on, was food.
Oh, pizza, sausages, or hot dogs? I think brats wins every time.
No, I'm gonna have to disagree.
I love me some brats, dude. Oh, love them.
Well, then you have to go into the whole flavored brat process, and
Well,
that's
yeah.
just.
I mean, but I think just the normal broth, green onions and or green peppers and onions, super good.
Would you rather be very large or very small?
Both of those are wildly inconvenient.
Wildly inconvenient.
Yeah, because if you're very large, that means you can't fit in cars and go places, or like you can't fit in modern transportation.
Max.
And if you're very small,
It's just
you just gotta be
unsafe.
careful.
Well,
Yeah, you
both
gotta
of
be
them are
careful.
unsafe, really.
Yeah, so I mean, it depends on how big is big. Like if I'm a giant, like if I'm like 12 to 15 feet tall, I'll probably be big. Because that's like Thor Bjornsson. So I could do that. Be big. That's my answer. Be big.
Look, I saw your message, and I'm not going to ask that. I apologize. Oh my goodness. Oops, sorry guys. I just messed this up here. Hold on, guys.
Wow, dude. Wow.
What is
Pete.
going on?
Pete's shot fired. Shots fired for sure.
Someone asked a question here. Hold on. I lost it.
I'm looking
Oh,
for it.
life without any hair or unable to taste any food. Bean Boozled, Swift, God bless it.
Life without any
Here we go,
hair
right here.
or not able to taste any food.
Sorry, what?
So like, does that include like eyebrows and stuff?
Yes.
Dude, I
Bubblegum
guess-
Swift. That was bubblegum.
I guess I'm just gonna be completely bald all over. How would I you have to taste food. Food's delicious. No hair. I'm with Swift. No hair on this one.
I like it. All right, hey guys, we're gonna do this giveaway. All right, I'm gonna close this giveaway right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 now. Okay.
Boom. Giveaway done.
Before
gonna win, dude?
before we pick the winner, I make all my super nice guests do this, and this will be the final question, challenge, whatever you want to say.
Okay.
You are genuinely one of the nicest people I've ever met. Now insult me.
Oh my gosh, I'm not gonna do that.
Yes, you have to. It's a rule. You have to.
I refuse.
Impossible. Hit me with your best.
I'm not gonna do that.
You gotta do it, dude.
I won't, because I'm not that kind of person. I can't just sit there and like insult people. I don't think about that kind of stuff.
Whoa. I didn't ask you guys, you jerks. Come on. Just
No way, dude.
let's let it fly. One more, just once.
No way, dude. I won't. I refuse. I think too highly of you. I won't insult you. I won't do it.
Pastor, I have 1,000 bits for you and Mav if you make him cry.
No way, dude. No way. Part of my brand is I'm wholesome, dude. I'm not gonna sit there and insult a bro. No way.
Not even the slightest bit.
Not even the side. I got nothing negative to say about you, man. If
Aw.
I had negative things to say about you, then I definitely would. But no.
Look, does it count if he makes me cry from being happy?
Give me those bits, bro. Give me those bits.
He insults
my
Battle all the time. Are you capping right now?
Hey, I do not insult Battle all the time. He's just sensitive.
I like it.
Just a sensitive.
Pastor, I'm going to pick this winner. Do you have anyone on that you want to drop a raid? Help me guide the raid tonight.
Oh shoot, let me
And while
let me
you
check.
while you check, I am going to pick the winner, guys. This is for the Bunny Mav t-shirt. All right? And the winner is, drum roll. Let's get some Mav hype in chat, huh? Let's get some Mav. You guys got to spam it for me. Otherwise, I'm not going to say the winner. You have no choice. D-Ray, not a good sniper in COD. You guys are so mean.
They're getting
Another
after
Bean Boozle, okay. You jerk.
it all day.
Nope, that's nasty. That's gross. I don't even know what it is. All right, the winner is
Who's the winner, dude? Who is it?
PastorGainz. Let's go.
Bro, I can't believe that.
Let's go.
I can't believe that at all, dude. There's no way. If you want to, dude, if you want to give it to one of your community members, I totally get it. Dude.
You're getting it. You're getting it, and you're gonna wear it on your subathon if it's there in time.
Oh my gosh, dude, that is incredible.
So please be sure to drop me a DM and let me know your shirt size and your address, and we'll have it shipped to you. Did you see anyone on that you want to drop a raid?
Yeah, dude, raid Saveroth, Saveroth. He's a solid dude. I met him on TikTok.
Okay.
Or Saveroth. I don't know how to say it. I call him Save.
I like it. He's playing Dark Souls.
Swift just goes rigged. You're the guest, you win the raffle, dude. Unbelievable.
Love it. I love it, guys. All right, thank you so much, PastorGainz. I 100% appreciate the hell out of you for agreeing to come on here.
Of course.
It was a blast, and hopefully next time we can get some games in, huh?
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's 12 a.m. here now, so
I know.
Get some bedtime.
I know. I made you stay up way past your bedtime.
It's okay. We had a great conversation. So I'm glad you had me on, man.
No, I really appreciate it. I love the vibes. I love talking about everything content creation and streaming. It was truly a really good time, and I hope you guys, the viewers, my wingmen, and the sanctuary loved listening. As always, let us know how we can improve this content for you guys. We're going to drop a raid to Saveroth. He's playing Dark Souls 3. He's a friend of PastorGainz. I personally do not know him, but I'm going to get to know him right now. You guys can catch me live again for the first time in 2022 on Monday night for Mayhem Monday. Alrighty? Much love, wingmen. You guys have a great night.
See you guys. Have a good one.